All right, so what's up, people? This is a video that I think is a long time in coming. I'm going to title it after a book by an author named Ibn Warraq, who is somebody that I think I own every book that he's ever written. I'm not entirely sure, but he's somebody that compiles, how should I put this? Scholarly papers on Islam in a Western sense. So, like, one of the things you have to understand about Islamic scholarship is that there's basically two entirely different approaches. One is Western, or what they would call, meaning from traditional sources, would call Orientalist, and then there is the traditional Islamic scholarship. And they're both fierce, okay? But getting back to Ibn Warraq, and probably his most famous work was something entitled Why I Am Not a Muslim. And he gave his reasons, and they're pretty detailed and everything else. But I'm going to title this video with that same nomenclature. Why I Am Not a Muslim. Now let me start off with saying that I admire Islam as a religion. I am not going to say anything like disrespectful, and that's not out of fear, that's out of respect. It's like them dudes around the corner, they might be your so-called enemies, but then at the same time you realize, well, they solid too, and if we can avoid some kind of thing, then we can avoid it. Otherwise we're going to go heads and hands and everything else. But seriously, I have nothing but respect for Islam. You're not going to catch me drawing a prophet. You're not going to catch me doing nothing weirdo. But I'm going to tell you what you will catch me doing. You're going to catch me eating a slab of bacon. 100%. Till the day I die, I'm eating bacon. Till the day I die, I'm drinking kiddie drinks, which, have alcohol in them. Even if it's a very tiny percent. I don't know. It's like a tiny percent. You're not going to let me tell you what you're not going to catch me doing. You're not going to catch me, like, bowing down 5 times a day. I don't even do it once. Why 5 times? And no, this is not a mockery. I'm not mocking anybody. What I'm saying is, it's like you can be right on a lot of shit on a fundamental level, but at the same time get caught up into, something that's not quite salvageable in my psyche. You're not going to get me to bow down. Dude, I've been to masjid. I was invited, of course. I'm going to go to masjid. But when I started smelling them feet, I was like, this ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? This is just not cool. This is not this is not my idea of like a typical, like, spiritual encounter. You know what I'm saying? You smelling a motherfucker feet in front of you. Not just one dude, but you lined up in rows and columns and shit. But see, I can roast because the thing is that I do it out of respect and love. If I had to pick a religion, it would either be Islam or Hinduism, I guess, maybe, but not really. I don't know. See, Buddhism to me is not a religion. Buddhism to me is more like a science. You know what I mean? It's more like a mathematics. It's not really about, like, this guy over here and that guy over there. When we do that, it's like, well, it represents something, but it's not the thing you think it represents, etc., etc. And Hinduism has that to a degree. But Islam is just pure monotheism. It's like there is one God, and Muhammad is the prophet of God. And not only Muhammad, but he is the final, prophet in a line of prophets beginning with Adam. through Noah, and then, everybody, Abraham, Moses, etc., through Jesus, and then to Muhammad. It's a very simple religion, but I don't play well with others. You know what I mean? I'm not smelling feet. I'm not trying to do that. I know I keep going back to that, but them feet smelled, dude. I'm just saying they did, bro. They just did. But anywho, so yeah, I mean, I have the utmost respect for Islam. I listen to the Quran and the Arabic recitation pretty much every day. It's just something I do, and I don't understand every word. But then when you hear something like Rasulullah or something like that, you're like, oh, that means Prophet Muhammad. So you start getting things. It's like, okay, then we see, well, anywho, like the opening surah, let's go the Fatiha, which is like the doorway or whatever, and it's like that comes in front of every surah except number 9. And it's just like when you understand these type of things, you're like, the beauty in it is just spectacular. I mean, I think that there is one type of music that is just head and shoulders above every other type of music, and that's classical music, Western classical music. I think when you start getting into your, Mozarts and your Bachs and your Beethoven, I'm a Bach guy, by the way. I'm a Bach guy. To settle that whole fucking thing that I put a poll up on. No, it's fucking Johann Sebastian Bach, and get the fuck out of here, everybody else. No, but everybody's cool. Beethoven was awesome. That dude was deaf. Then you had Mozart, the child prodigy, and all these people, and they're creating like symphonies that are so deep. You listen to too much classical music when you can hear the composer breathing. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to classical music, you'll know what I'm talking about. It happens every once in a while. You're like, oh shit, I can hear that nigga breathing. Anywho, yeah. Let me pull this to a close. But why I'm not a Muslim? I'm not a Muslim because a Muslim is someone who submits, someone who bows, someone who is a slave. I'm not that guy. I'm just not, if we want to keep it simple. So I'm going to eat my bacon or drink my beer, and I'm not bowing down. Otherwise, I think you got a pretty cool thing going on. You know what I'm saying? It's just not for me.